Hello, so I'm going to draw a Lego brick in a Duplo brick in isometric as an isometric, okay? So here I'm using a drafting machine. You can use a drawing board and a T-square if you wish as well. I don't recommend you to do this freehand, but if you are a product designer, it'll pay for you, or you want to do product designers in the future, it'll very much pay for you to understand how to even draw isometric freehand as well, okay? So let's jump into doing this particular brick. We're going to do this to 1:1 scale. So I've got my brick here that I'm going to measure up all the time, okay? So first of all, what I want to do is ensure the page here is absolutely lined up with the drafting machine, and it is, checking that. And I'm going to put just a simple dot here. Just a single dot there. Okay, so that there is my point of which I'm going to have the bottom front corner of my drawing, okay? So let's measure here how wide, how long the brick is, and it measures 31 millimeters. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my drafting machine up. I'm just going to stop it from moving because this object is going to be small enough for me not to shift this. And it's ideal not to shift it because that way you get less error. Okay, so I'll bring my ruler down here. So this one is a 60 to 30 degree ruler, and here I'm going to draw a faint line into the distance like that. And then I'm going to spin my ruler around, and I'm going to also do the other side as well. Very faint. You can see here that you can just barely make it out. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to measure 31 millimeters. And it's just there. So you can just make it out. I'm going to zoom in now so you can see this in a little bit more detail as I'm drawing it. Okay, so I might actually move this that way a little bit more. That's it, that's better. So just remember the drafting machine is still here. Okay, so that is the 31 mil point, and I've also got another 31 millimeter point just here as well. If you have a ruler that is faded, throw it out, okay, because it's no longer good to you. Now these are 31 mil, and the height of this is going to be 19 millimeters. So now I need to bring my ruler down to, I might bring my drafting machine up so you can actually see this in view. That's better. So now I'm going to bring my ruler across there to the point front corner, and I'm going to draw a faint line up. Nice and faint line up. Okay, and then I'm going to now measure 19 millimeters. So 19 mil is just here. It's a nice little dot there. Right, so now what we can do is we can draw the rest of this item, right, apart from the tabs, we can draw the rest of this just by using those measurements there. So let's try this out now. So I'm going to draw a line from the top here, which is the top of my Lego brick, which is just like that. I'm going to spin this around to vertical. Just remember you can rewind and fast forward this as you please. The beauty about the recording stuff. I come around here, have a vertical as well, nice faint line going through there. I'm drawing mine a lot darker so you can see it on the video, just remember. And then I come around here and I draw a nice faint line going that way too. I need to draw the top of mine as well. Now note too that whenever I draw, I'm extending my lines past the bounds, and it's going to become a lot more evident later on. If you do have a very long line that's going to cause a bit of trouble, please use a PVC-free eraser. If you use a eraser that has PVC in it, it tends to dirty the page a lot. Okay, so I'm going to just erase some of this. So you can see here the PVC-free erasers are fantastic. They're really good. Okay, so just to clean that up. Okay, so I need to do the top of it now. So I'm going to bring my ruler across this way and draw a line up and then spin it around. You notice that whenever I move the ruler, I tend to lift it up off the page, reposition it, and then put it down. This is on purpose because I'm used to I'm trying to reduce the amount of smears. If you, oh, that was actually a bad line just then. If you keep on moving the ruler up and down, right, up and down, across the page, and it's going to accumulate lead underneath the ruler. Okay, and that's why some drawings tend to be quite muddy. So that there is the basic structure of the brick. I can finalise these darker lines now. So nice and dark there. You can see the differences between the final lines and the simple lines, the guidelines. Turn this around. Okay, so the vertical as well. There we go. And there too. All right. So now we need to put in the top tabs. Okay, so we need to measure in here, and that measurement is 7mm. So we're going to now we always go into the center. We need to find a center point at all times, okay? So we have here our 0, and we're going to go 7mm. Put a dot there. And we also measure out here 7mm from that base there. Cool. And we also do the same for this side as well. Seven mil. And we also do 7mm here. Okay, the reason why I've done that is that we need to find the absolute center of those tabs here, okay? All right, so let's draw those lines in, nice and faint. And these lines will intersect. Okay, so we're going to now draw in our circles, and I just need to go and get a circle template, so I'll be back. So I've got an ellipse template right here. So it's one of these ones here. So this one in particular is the professional isometric ellipse template, and it's made by Stedler. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is measure the tab, and the tab dimension here is going to be, we're just going to round it up to 10mm. It's actually 9.5, but we'll measure it up, we'll scale it up. So now I've got my isometric ruler right here, and what I'm going to do here is find my 10, and that's my 10 circle template there. So what I can do is I can bring this draft machine down, and I'm going to go over here to where my 10 is. Where's my 10? Just there. And you see here that I'm lining up these circles, this circle with these lines that I got in there. Okay, and now I'm going to draw a half ellipse. Okay, you can do that nice and dark if you wish. Okay, next up we do the other one. This time round we've only got 2 crosses to go by. And we're going to draw, we're going to draw in a half line here. Okay, and again here as well, line this all up. So here, right, and we do another one here as well. So you notice here that I've just done half because it's only the front half that we see in the tab, because it's a 3-dimensional tab. Okay, so I've drawn a final line there because I know that they're at absolutely the final stuff, okay? All right, so now what we need to do is we need to extend these up. Okay, so I'm going to draw a faint line from the center point up, draw another center line up there. And you'll see why now, okay? So now I need to find out the height of this, and I've just got a steel ruler here because this is absolutely zeroed out, and the height is 10mm. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at 10mm here, and then put a dot on that line that I drew before. 10 mil point, just there. Okay, again here, did I do that right? Yes, 10 mil. Put a dot there. Put a dot. And put a dot there. Okay, so now we're going to project these up. So I'm going to go to my 10 again. And I'm going to use this line here as a guide, okay? All right. So, hang on, I need to check this out. It's actually not 10, it's 5 millimeters. Okay, sorry about this. This is why you always need to check to see if you got the right dimensions. Put a dot there. Okay, sweet. So it's 5 millimeter tab, not 10. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our line up this vertical with this vertical line as well, and we're going to put the base of our circle at the base of that 5 mil line there, okay? Now you need to note that you need to look here on this side here to see if you're not going to be drawing over top of this tab that's there, okay, and we're not. That's the reason why this is transparent. I'm going to draw in a final line. Okay, I'm going to do the same on this one as well. Nice and dark. And we're going to draw it here as well. And we're going to do another one. Now if you want to be super accurate, what you could do is you have your vertical line here and put this up against it, so it's all good. Okay, and that's their tabs there. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, and the inner thickness of this stock here is 1 millimeter thick, so we go to our 8 millimeter circle template, and we line it up again, and this is where, like, 1 millimeter is not that much of a, not much of a, you know, it's very, very difficult to line this up. Okay, I'll just do mine fairly quickly. Did I draw the wrong? I drew the wrong one. Just make sure you have the right circle. Might have to erase the entire thing and redo that one again. Okay, that's better. Oh, I was off again. Yeah, that's better. Cool. So this one here is wrong, so I just need to erase that slightly. Now you can use a eraser template and eraser shield, for example. Okay, so I'm just going to do that one again. So 10 mil. And then I go to 8. Okay, so now we can finish this off. We can extend the lines up. Now if you've drawn accurately, these lines will match up. And they do. Okay, so one other thing we need to do too is just ensure that this space here to here is no greater than 5 mil, because this tab is 5 mil. If this was a little bit lower, right, then you'll see the base of this as well. Okay, so one thing we need to finish off too is the top section. And that is what is left over of our view after the tabs go up. And that is how you do an isometric drawing using a drafting machine of a Lego brick, of a Duplo brick. You can go around now, erase the fine lines using a eraser shield, but generally, you know, it's quite nice to see some of those, you know, faint lines coming through. I quite like it myself, but it's up to you. Depends on your stylisation, okay? If you're doing this as a full proper drawing, a finished for consumer use, I would erase those little lines there and really finish it up in Photoshop, for example. Or if it's just there as a technical drawing or what have you, as a bit of a before you do a final, it's just nice to have some of those things in there like that. And that'll be all. Thank you. Bye.